The homosexual issue has really become, along with same-sex marriage, the sharp point of the culture war, which rivals many of the religious flashpoints in the culture war. And I think our general framework has been wrong. We're entering the culture wars wrongly, as if it's the sacred public square clashing with the naked public square, and so on. And we, to many people on the left and the liberal side, sound extremist and coercive and want to impose our views on everyone. So one thing we've got to get right, although it sounds abstract, is a framework of public life within which we can have differences without blowing each other out of the water and going for the jugular. That's one thing. But on the personal level, what we need above all is just love. It is simply not true that people who say disagree with homosexual lifestyles are homophobic. That is a myth and part of the homosexual propaganda. But we've got to do a far better job in really genuinely loving people who are in the homosexual lifestyle, as we should love people who are in prisons or people in wild permissive situations, people at every level of society. Love them as Jesus loved them, and what a record he had of loving and embracing people who the people of his day thought of as the publicans and the sinners that you didn't associate with, and so on. So on the personal level, much, much more love. I would say a third thing we need is greater persuasion. So often when we protest, for instance, homosexual ideas or same-sex marriage, Christians sound, I put it like, they sound like Grant Wood's The American Gothic. You know, the couple standing there stolidly with their pitchfork stuck in the ground, and so on. Christian, I believe in one man, one woman, boom, and they ran their pitchfork in the ground. And Christians aren't good at making positive arguments to win people's hearts and minds to why these things are destructive, not to us, but to them. So, for instance, you look, culture of Sparta, which was strong on homosexuals. A lot of people who advocate the Spartan culture, homosexuals, lesbians, gays, and so on, they forget Sparta was strong on homosexuals. It was very bad on women. And many of the cultures where you have a high view of homosexuality have a very low view of women. And women whom we love, feminists whom we appreciate, do they realize what they're choosing? And we need to learn to make positive arguments. So a framework over the whole culture warring, real love as we engage with those who are our political and other opponents, and a rediscovery of persuasiveness.